What's going on, guys? Today we have none other than the NECA Toys unboxing of the main monkey, the grand gorilla, the supreme simian. That's right, guys, King Kong himself. And we have 3 different versions here that we're going to unbox and review. These are by NECA Toys. These are the latest 3 NECA Toys King Kong versions that we have out. The first one here on the left is the movie poster stylized version of King Kong, where he has some blue and orange and red highlights, as in he's bathed in that red light against that background like the movie poster. Here in the middle we have this Skull Island version of King Kong that comes with a few extra different accessories, which we'll take a look at. And finally, we have my personal favorite that I was waiting for this to come out for a long time, a true 1933 version of King Kong that actually comes with an airplane, and he comes with the chains that were broken around his wrist. So guys, without any further ado, my name is Matt, and this is the Pop Complex. Guys, here we are. We're going to unbox all 3 of these NECA King Kong figures. So before we do, let's take a closer look at each one of the box art. So here is the King Kong movie poster stylized version. As you can see here on the top of the box, we have the roaring head of King Kong and the logo, very simply. On the side, we have the roaring King Kong face again with the King Kong lettering. On the back here, we have the roaring face sort of facing upward, roaring into the sky. We've got a few different shots here of different poses that you can get this guy in, and he does come with 2 heads. He has the classic 1933 style head and a more modern head sculpt as well. And finally, on the other side, we have the classic 1933 head that is pictured here with the King Kong lettering. So let's get this flap open and take a closer look. So on the inside, we have a nice pose of King Kong, fists beating his chest in dominance. And if we can get a closer shot here, guys, of the actual King Kong figure, you can see he is packaged with the 1933 style head there. Kind of dark in the package, but we'll take a closer look when we open him up. And over here is the more modern looking roaring head. We will take a look at this Kong here. This is more of a modern sculpt. He has darker fur, closer to like a charcoal gray or a black, and on the packaging, and he has a more of a Skull Island type of theme going on here. He has a different head sculpt, which we'll take a look. So more of a primitive bamboo wood looking font on the King Kong. If we look at the top, just says King Kong in that same lettering. On the side, we have a growling, sneering picture of the figure with the King Kong lettering. On the other side, we have the classic 1933 style head with the King Kong lettering. And on the back here, guys, we have an action pose of King Kong that looks like the 33 style head in this main picture. But as you can see here, he is taking out one of the pit monsters, which this figure does come with. We'll take a closer look at that. And you have some smaller pictures there of different poses. He also comes with this Pteranodon, and he comes with a tree branch that you can see there, guys. So open this guy up and we'll take a closer look. And there is a shot of him sort of doing a little bit of a knuckle run, like he's getting ready to attack. And there is a closer look. As fur does look a little bit darker, it still has some brown highlights to it, but it almost looks like it has black fur on the artwork, the photography on the outside of the box. And you can see here the tree branch, and you can't really see it that well from here, guys, the other goodies that are in there, the pit monster and the Pteranodon, but we will take a closer look at that when we get him out of the package. Now here's the more classic style head that he comes packaged with. It does look like he has a little bit of a hinged jaw, but we'll see when we get it open. And there's the more modern growling face that we see there. And finally, we will take a look at the 1933 King Kong. Beautiful shot here. It looks like it was taken right out of the movie almost. But this is the 33 King Kong with the epic letter. He is grabbing onto the lettering there. Chains are around his wrist, broken. He's scaling the top of the building. Top of the box has the same King Kong epic style lettering. On this side, we get a nice roaring shot, black and white, and stylized like the film. On the other side, we get more of the growling modern style head that looks like it comes packaged with this King Kong figure. And then on the back, we have some shots here, guys. If you can see, he is on top of the building. There's a shot of the plane that he does come packaged with, the old style 1930s biplane. And then we have some different shots here of him looking up, growling, chains, broken chains here, grabbing the biplane here, guys. And then there's that more modern sneering face with the chains as well. Let's get him open and take a look. Another beautiful shot there of him scaling the building. Guys, I would love to have a replica of the top of this building like it was in the film. If you guys have any suggestions on where to obtain something like this, a set piece that I can pose this guy on, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to get my hands on one of those. And here is King Kong in the packaging. We have the sneering face that was with the other Kong here, the last one that I showed, and more of an opened mouth, semi-open mouth, toothy grin for the 1933 style. You can see the chains right here, and then way back there behind his legs, you can see the biplane that he does come with. But we'll take a closer look at that. So guys, here is all three of the NECA recent King Kong figures. So let's get these guys open and take a closer look at everything. Stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, and now we have all three King Kongs finally out of the packaging and all of the accessories, and these guys look amazing. Now, we'll start off with the poster style King Kong when we take a closer look. Now, these King Kongs, they all use the same body style, the same body mold as each other, and it was the original NECA King Kong body sculpt that they used when they put out the first King Kong, just the generic King Kong, no accessories, in the brown and green packaging. Guys, I unboxed that King Kong with my 1962 King Kong versus Godzilla NECA Godzilla figure. So I'll put a link up here in the right hand corner and down below in the description. If you guys haven't checked that out, then what are you waiting for? But they all use the same body, but they're just stylized a little bit different. So this guy is modeled after this movie poster here. So he does have the orange and yellow lighted highlights on his skin and fur, and I was a little bit unsure about that at first because I didn't know exactly how that was going to look close up. But as you can see, guys, it's pretty subtle. It's not too overwhelming. Gives that nice subtle lighting look where he's lit with this bright light on this side, on his left side, and then more of the bluish cooler tones, as you can see here, on his right side. Now, it is a little bit more exaggerated on the poster, on the box here, because there is some extra lighting involved there, guys, but not too bad by himself. It doesn't distract from the fact that he is, you know, King Kong, and he has some brownish, grayish fur. He still looks very natural. He doesn't look like a circus clown with all of this bright colored paint. So we'll take a closer look. The head is the 1933 style sculpt that he came packaged with the open mouth. And I have to admit, I really love the work that NECA does on their gloss. They're really able to put this clear, glossy coat over the eyes and around the nose and mouth to really give it that shiny look, like the eyes are actually shiny and wet, and the mouth as well, and the tongue. So great job there that they've been doing on these figures, and I think it looks really amazing and really lifelike, and it's really gonna pop on these other two that look more naturalistic versus this poster style. But we'll take a closer look at the articulation. So the head here is on a ball joint, and so he can go to the left and to the right all the way around, and he does have some up and down posability at different angles, as you can see there. Now when we get into these thicker monster figures, kind of like the Godzillas, the sculpting and the bulkiness of the figure does take away a little bit of that articulation, but not really bad, because I mean he's going to go in most of the poses that you're going to want to put him in anyway. So the arms here, there's a shoulder joint. These were really tight coming out of the box. I loosened them up just a little bit, but his arms, the shoulder don't go up too awfully high, but you know, you get that forward and that back and that up and down. He does have a cut here at the bicep. If I can grab a hold of that and twist that a little bit so you can see that, guys. So his bicep will go looks like a full 360 degrees. He has a very tight double jointed elbow right here where the bicep meets the elbow, and then right here again where the forearm meets the elbow. Very tight, but if you work that out a little bit, maybe get a hair dryer involved, you can really get some good poses out of that. And this other shoulder is very tight. Doesn't go up too much because of the sculpting of the shoulder here, but it's same way on the other arm. Bicep joint, double jointed elbow. Now the wrists, he does have a wrist swivel. There is a little bit of inward and outward motion, as you can see there, but it's pretty stiff, and you'd have to work that out like I will have to do a little bit there, guys. So he does come with an ab crunch cut right here, partway through the chest and the stomach, so he can get some twisting poses like this, forward a little bit, hunched down, and standing up straight a little bit higher like that. And then the thighs are on a ball joint, as you can see here. They're a little bit of a clickier ball joint like we've kind of been seeing in some of the more recent NECA figures. So there's a kind of a click there, but he does have that forward click, back click, outward. He can go out pretty far with his stance on these legs pretty easily. And he does have a double jointed knee, which is extremely tight. I hate to manipulate these around too much. That always kind of makes me nervous a little bit. But he does have that double jointed knee there. And finally here, there is some side to side twisting there with the calf at the knee. You can get a little bit of side to side at the top of the knee, and some here at the top of the shin and calf there. And then he has an ankle rocker. His ankles can go from side to side pretty easily, and just a little bit forward and back. These joints are very tight, guys. So I would recommend, if you're going to get some crazy posability out of these King Kongs, to maybe use the hair dryer or even soak in some warm water for a few seconds. I'll put him over there like that. He looks really good in the poster style. We'll take a closer look a little bit before we move on at his back. Nice detail on the fur. Very good job that they've done sculpting every little, almost like every little piece of fur is sculpted into this guy. So very good attention to detail here. And he does look very good with that stylized poster lighting with the reds and purples and pinks and blues. So his alternate head is the more modern King Kong look with the ferocious growling open mouth. It's done in the same style with the, the warm yellow and orange lighting on this side and the cooler pinks and blues on this side. So you can pop that off and switch out this head if you like. Now guys, I'm pretty partial to the original 1933 likeness, so for now I'm gonna leave this head on him as it stands. I think he looks really good like that. Now he did come with two alternate hands as well, and they are painted in the same stylized poster style, just more open more open, just an open grip, a wide open gorilla grip. So there's the extra hands that he does come with. So the second King Kong we have here is more of a Skull Island style King Kong, and we'll take a closer look at him. And he is done in the dark brown and grayish fur. He almost looks like he has black fur on the box, which I was kind of hoping for, maybe just for something a little bit different, to have that black fur look, but he does seem to be pretty consistent with the dark brown and grayish fur of the previous King Kong release, and he looks actually almost identical here to the 1933. It just seems to be in it, the difference is in accessories only. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on articulation because it is exactly the same as this other King Kong. He does have the same shoulder, bicep, elbow, wrist joints as the other King Kong. Now the only thing different here is the paint job. You can see he does have these scratches, these battle scratches here, where he's been probably in a fight with Godzilla, or one of the pit monsters on Skull Island, who knows. But his head here, one of the big differences here is this head has a hinged jaw here, so you can close it and open it to get a little bit more of a growling or roaring look. You can kind of adjust that to the best angle that you prefer, but we're gonna tilt this head up a little bit so you guys can see some detail on the shininess of the eyes. Really that shiny wet look on even the blood on the cuts, and of course inside the mouth. And the articulation is the same, just the paint job's a little bit different. So I'll spin this guy around so you can see the dark brown grayish fur paint job here. So there he is. I'll move the poster style over a little bit, and we'll take a closer look at the main selling points of this King Kong are his accessories. So we have this closed mouth, but sneering, more modern style head sculpt. So his mouth is closed, but he looks very, very angry. Not at all like the 33 style. With the eyes, you get more of a modern King Kong look. And he does have some wet looking details on his cuts there. He's got some awful battle damage there on the sides of his face and on the front, but that's the extra head that he does come with. And one of the first accessories that he comes with is the pit monster here. As you can see, pit monster is pretty detailed. He has some articulation in his head, looks like a very small ball joint, so you can get some left and right, up and down, twist it from side to side. And there's no articulation in these legs or in the tail at all. And I don't think, yes, there's a little bit of an articulation here in the mouth, so the pit monster can open his jaw slightly there, just like that. And he does come with the Pteranodon here, so very nice accessory to come with. The wings are not articulated, they're in a wide spread open pose already, no articulation in the legs or feet. We'll take a closer look at the detail on the Pteranodon on the back. Nice markings there you can see. The only articulation that this Pteranodon has is the head is on a small ball joint, so you can get some left and right, a little bit of up and down, not much. And as you can see, his mouth, his beak there is articulated so he can open his mouth a little bit. Now, I did notice the feet, the claw feet here, the talons, are sculpted pretty even, pretty level. So I don't know, guys, if you'd be able to get him posed up on something, get him standing like in this sort of pose or not. He seems to be a little bit more top heavy, so maybe not. We'll move on to the last accessory that Skull Island style King Kong comes with is this tree branch. So he can club some other monsters with it. Let me see if I can get this worked into his hand here. It's gonna look really good. There we go. Pretty decent looking accessory. He looks good posed with it. So Very nice. And so finally, we'll take a look at the different hands that he comes with. So as you can see, he does come with these semi-closed grip hands that he comes packaged with, so he can grip the tree branch there. But he also comes with these open palmed hands, just like the poster stylized King Kong came with. Same hands, they're just painted to match his paint scheme. And he does come with these closed fists, just like we see here on this King Kong and the 33 style right here. Just these closed fists, like for pounding or knuckle walking, beating on his chest. You guys get the idea. So we will move on finally to my personal favorite, the 1933 film version of King Kong. Take a closer look. Now this guy looks almost identical here to the one we just looked at, the Skull Island style King Kong. I believe he is identical even in paint job and everything, but he has the same battle scars on his chest, and he looks like he has the same 33 style head that does have the hinged jaw. Now this hinge works a little bit better than the one on the Skull Island style. It will stay posed and in place a little bit better than that one, so we'll may have to work this one out a little bit. But the big point here, I'm not going to spend any time on the articulation, is exactly the same as these other two Kongs, but one of the cool accessories here are these chains, these wrist shackles that the chains are broken. So I went ahead and already put these on him. All you have to do is pop the hands out, slide the chain over, and pop them back in. But as you can see here and maybe hear that, the jingling, these are real metal here. The cuff part here of these are plastic, but the chain itself is actually real metal. So that's very cool. Very cool accessory that he has these. Very realistic. I'm not going to spend too much time taking a look at him as the sculpt because we've already looked at the other two. So I will put him back over here and show you a little bit more about what he comes with. So even further evidence that he is the same identical Kong as the Skull Island, we get the same sneering head here, this this closed mouth just showing the teeth, this angry look on the modern head sculpt. It's exactly the same, guys. Same battle damage, both the same on that. And as far as hands go, he is also the same. He comes with these two open palm hands, and he comes with the semi-open gripping hands. He just happened to come packaged with the two closed fists. But the really cool part, guys, that I think is one of the best accessories here for this 33 Kong is the biplane. So the biplane, you can reenact that famous scene on top of the building where he is fighting the biplanes as they fly by and shoot him. So take a closer look. Just a biplane style. You can see the detail on the canvas ridges on the wings. Now there's two soldiers in here. There's one you can see piloting the plane, and the guy behind him here has his gun out, so he is actually trying to shoot at King Kong. But really cool, nice accessory. It does have this swirling propeller style. It does spin a little bit here, but it looks better stationary because it's already in that swirling propeller style. There you can see it a little bit better. So can pose this with this guy and pose it with one of the gripping hands, like where he's actually grabbing the plane about to smash it. So very cool. I love this accessory. I love the fact that we have the 1933 Kong with the shackles, the chains, and the biplane. And guys, I'd love to have the top of this building here so that I can pose him on the top of the building reaching up for one of those planes. If you guys know where I can get anything like that, please let me know down below in the comments section. Guys, this about wraps it up for this great King Kong massive Maine Monkey Grand Gorilla Supreme Simian King Kong unboxing today by NECA Toys. So if you like this video, I would ask that you please support the channel by hitting that like button. Please hit that subscribe button if you like this content. Check out my other videos. When you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you're always notified anytime the PopComplex uploads a new video to the channel. We're coming out with all kinds of great pop culture and retro videos, toy collecting, you name it, guys. So Once again, this is NECA Toys King Kongs, and you can also support the channel on Patreon, patreon.com/the PopComplex. There will be a link in the description. Thanks for watching, guys, and have an awesome, epic day.